Johnny Staten there for IrishBoxing.com with Jamie Conlan just after announcing a world title fight for Mick and a world title fight in Belfast.
Yeah, a massive week for Irish boxing. Katie in Dublin and then Michael in Belfast, both challenging for world titles. It's huge. We've been craving it in the city for the past while, and a testament to the people. They've been coming out and supporting in fights that have been warm-ups or build-ups to world title fights, but this one is the one. This is the big one. This is a real tough fight, a real tough ask for Michael, and a fight that we're all proud to bring here, but also it's a really tough night, and a fight that I think will have to be one of the toughest for Irish fighters. Well, Katie is doing a step up against Chantel, and Mick against Lopez. They are really tough nights for Irish fighters.
Did you, when they announced Katie for May the 20th, were you thinking of putting this back, or was there any concerns promotionally wise, or did you sort of jump on board and say, let's have an animal week? Like,
no, I had spoke to Frank Smith and I told him that we were going to go May 27th, and then Serrano was out. They were unsure if they were going to go May 20th. May 20th was off, but I just said that we're going May 27th. I don't think it will hinder, or I don't think I think we'll be able to be okay for both of us. There's enough between Belfast and Dublin to kind of to go around, and again, two massive nights for Irish boxing. I think the fights themselves the demand for the fights themselves has been huge. So doing them both on the 1 week makes a huge week.
Yeah, it does. And in terms of this, I'm trying to think of it's the biggest world title fight to come here, or even just matchups since, I don't know, as if Frampton Kiko maybe, or
Frampton Kiko, because then he went Avalos and stuff like that after, so they weren't really big challenges. But Frampton Kiko, he was the challenger against Kiko, so similar IBF belt as well. Yeah, Frampton Kiko, I would have to say. Yeah.
And you mentioned Avalos there. I get the feeling, I remember Avalos fight week as the maddest, and just the one where Belfast just got, I don't know, annoyed or just up. It was one that I just remember the atmosphere then they could have built for me.
Yeah.
He looks like he might have a bit of Avalos about him, he's saying Belfast won't bother him, will actually help him, stuff like that.
I think so. I think he's looking to ignite a bit of bait back and forth between him and Michael. He wants to come in, he wants to create that pantomime villain like Avalos did, and he thrives off it. I think he enjoys that position. He did it in Leeds, something similar. But he's been on the road for the past while. He beat Gabe Flores on the road. He beat Andy Vences in the way corner. He beat Daisy Glow in London in front of Tyson Fury and co. So, yeah, I think he thrives off that wee bit of baiting towards him.
But I presume you'll argue Mick is different than Warrington and Belfast is different than Leeds.
We're a boxing city. Leeds is a football city. It's not a boxing city. And then again, Warrington was baiting with him. He kind of got sucked into everything that Lopez was putting out. But Belfast is a true boxing city. It understands boxers. It understands away fighters and home fighters. It gets behind their own, and it gets behind their own when the going gets tough. It doesn't go shy. When he started really fast, and he quieted the Leeds faithful down pretty quickly until after round 6 they only got back into it when Warrington then started putting the pressure on. But this is a bit different. They'll be loud whether the rounds are going for or against. So that's kind of one thing that the fans here will be.
And in styles wise, what way do you see it?
I think it's the toughest fight in the division. I think it's the one. I think Lopez is the toughest fight in the division. I think with Lee Wood, we knew Lee had punch power, real world-class punch power. But there's various different ways to neglect that and take that away from him and beat him. But you always had to be worried of the punch power, and it was going to carry late. And he was mentally strong, and he was also. He had never been hurt until he fought Michael, so we knew it was a tough night at the office and against one of the biggest punchers in the division. But this is stylistically, he is unorthodox. He is relentless. He is unpredictable. He is good up close with the body punching and the inside work. He punches well in combinations. He attacks well from distance. He's dangerous with the head. He's dangerous with the low blows. He's dirty. He's feisty, he's fiery, he's got good mental resolve going in the backyards. You're trying to look for a weakness, so it's very hard to find. So the one person who has seen them and identified them is the one person that matters, and that's Michael Conlan. You can see the way to beat him.
And just on that, just listening to you there, as a promoter, one is a hard promoting your brother, then trying to have to sell this fight as much as get behind them, and even just having the knowledge in the game. Like I'd say, a lot of promoters, the matchmaker will tell them like, this is okay, we have this, and they can relax. But you can see each individual sort of threat here.
Yeah, I can see the good intangibles he has. I can see the mistakes that he makes. I see the rhythm and the patterns that he puts out. And this guy doesn't really put much rhythms. He's so unpredictable, and that's very
And is
hard.
it torture seeing them? Like when
it's your brother,
Yeah.
yes, very much so. Because then it's very hard to take off the different hats to be a brother, be a promoter, be a manager, be a fan. Every hat is a different emotion. But first and foremost, I'm a big brother. I want to put my arm over him and make sure he's okay. But Mick is the younger brother who has always told me to go and fuck myself and I'll be okay on his own. And again, after Lee Wood, he proved that. He brought himself and brought me back from being down afterwards.
He initiated.
Yeah, he was the one. Yeah, he was the one who was saying it's boxing. These things happen.
Yeah.
Let's move forward. What was the mistakes? How do we get better? He was the one, and he was the one when I put the two paths down to say we can take 5-6 months out here.
Yeah.
Go on holiday. Really recharge the batteries. Really look at the landscape after that. Or get straight back in with Miguel Mariaga. Jump straight back in a few months, and 3 months in, straight back in the training camp. Not really having the time off to kind of think about the negativities. He jumped in. He took that path. He took the big puncher. We could have had an easier fight than Mariaga. I think Mariaga gave Jano a real tough fight at the weekend and proved that Mariaga was no pushover. That Michael made him look like he was. So he was the one. It's all been him. And then Belfast has been the one to help bring this here, because Hardy responded to him after Nottingham and got behind him in August and got behind him in December during a cross the limit crisis when times were tough towards Christmas. They were the ones that made sure and made sure we had the pull and power to get them to come, to get ESPN to come here, to get PT Sports to come here, and get Lopez to come here, because this will be a cauldron-like atmosphere on May 27th.
And you've kind of experienced that. You fought for a world title here, and like, I know it didn't go your way that night, but I remember the atmosphere again was a bit special.
It was, yeah, it really was. It showed though how they react when you're down. That's when you know a true boxing public, a true boxing audience. When you're down, they get you up, and it's not like football. They don't turn. They don't start kind of going quiet. They get behind their own, and what how the reaction, how they've kind of came behind him after Lee Wood, after Nottingham, and after this disappointment with Nottingham, was a testament to the people here. The people here are good-natured people and boxing people. They get behind their own and want to see good boxing people, good boxers succeed.
And how did you get him here?
A lot of late night calls with Jeremy of Top Rank, with ESPN, with Brad Jacobs, everyone to kind of get him on side. It took, 2-3 weeks ago, it didn't look like it was happening. We were looking at a different fight, and then we kind of got back on. We were done a week before that. We were all done. So I was lying in my bed in London. I went over to London for a few days with Big Potty and Michael, kind of to start camps and make sure everything was okay. And I got a phone call from Jeremy at midnight, and we were on the call at 2:30 in the morning, just to kind of make sure we were looking at other options. We really were looking at different things. This might not come through. There was a lot of pushback then from Lopez's team, and it's boxing them. These things happen. It took a lot of late night convos to kind of make sure.
Must be delighted we're here now.
We were delighted. Now the hard part starts. So the understanding that this fight is the magnitude of the fight and what this fight brings to the table and what this is, the task at hand, is real tough.
And just, I don't want to keep you too long, just to kind of run through the undercard. So you've Paddy and Anto confirmed.
Yeah, we've got Paddy confirmed on our side. Queensberry have allocated slots that they want, and Anto's who we confirmed today with Emmons, they have a few slots there. The Top Rank have also 2 slots, which will be Kurt Walker and Ciar Malloy, assuming they come through unscathed in April. And then we have a host of kind of the rest with the undercard. We're hoping for Tyrone McKenna, Fergus Quinn, Conor Quinn, Conor Coyle from Derry. So we're really looking at stacking it with an Irish-based card.
And a big fight for Paddy.
Yeah. We were done. All agreed personal terms with Yamaguchi Falcao for this card, but he looks like he's got the WA World Title Challenge against Dave Morrell, April 22nd. So we are speaking to 2 or 3 different fights at the minute, fighters at the minute, and trying to lock in.
But shows you how close Paddy is, I suppose.
He is, he's very close, and we kind of got all assurances from Lewis the Cubis and their crowd that Paddy will be next in line. So given the fact that he comes through a tough enough test and a fight that moves the needle, that
so
next in line.
World title fight next in line.
We're hoping, we're hoping. We're looking at every avenue, and we're hoping. I think Yamaguchi and stuff might have a rematch clause, so that could be pushed back. But if it happens, it'll be Morrell and Paddy hopefully before the end of the year.
And then a quick one on Galway. Someone told me there's waiting lists for tickets and everything at the minute.
I heard Stephen Malloy, Kieran's father, said 600 people are on a waiting list. It's sold out in 3 hours, and undercard fighters are everyone's looking for tickets, really looking for tickets, and we're we wanted to start small in Galway. Well, we really wanted to start in the Kingfisher, the university, but we couldn't get a drinks license in time, and that kind of proved too problematic. But we'd had about 3,000 in there, and
you would have sold 3,000.
We would have done it easy. I think we would have done it easy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
But the demand has been there. But it shows how much the west of Ireland has been starved of homegrown boxing.
And can you go there once a year with him,
I
or
think
even?
We're going to go again before the end of the year.
Oh, twice?
We'd like to go again, potentially again in Leisureland. But if not, if we can get something in August with the university, we should go there.
And that gives him a massive leg up, doesn't it? Like in terms of he can progress quicker, he can choose fights, and it gives him a bit of power, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I'd still say we're still in the building block stage of his career. He's young. He's younger than Kurt, so we take our time. Whereas Kurt, I would like to move this year into big fights, before the end of the year, like someone like Isaac Lowe for Kurt. So that's kind of where we're at with him. He's 27. He's progressing well in the gym. He's elite. It was an elite amateur, Olympian, World Championships, everything that he had done. He can pick up things that put down a lot quicker. So why not? Why wait on the progression? Let's just move. So this year we'll be moving. Both guys will be in 8 rounders in April and in May, and then we're looking to kind of progress on. But Kieran and Galway can really start something big. I really do believe he can build something in Galway that is big for the future, and build Galway as a hub of Irish boxing. It was an untapped market. I know Mayo was one time a show with Ray Moylette, and something that can be generated after that.
Can you do a stadium fight with him and Paddy there?
It would be brilliant in the future, yeah. If both guys keep going the same way. There is a lot of intrigue from the amateurs. There's a lot of they don't really like each other as much. You can see they're cordial with each other, but there is needle under their skin. Both are progressing really well. I rate Paddy as highly as I would rate any other Irish fighter, but I truly do believe Kieran Malloy is going to be a superstar of Irish boxing. His fanfare down there has proved it even more so. When he's up here and what he brings up here, he does small wee things that you don't see prospects do. So he's learning a lot, and he's sparring with David Avanesian and Sergio Garcia, who beat Ted Cheeseman the other year, former European champion. He's sparring with a lot of high level, Hugo Esiman, the British champion at welterweight. So he's getting a lot of good rounds in and got a valuable rounds in the gym. So I'm very excited for what this process is going to be like for Kieran.
And just before we finish up, just a final word on this card and what we can expect and how big of a night it's going to be.
I think it's one of the, definitely not biggest night in Belfast boxing history. An Irishman looking to create history and be the first Irishman to ever win a world title as an amateur and a world title as a professional. Look at all our great fighters in the past, from Ken Egan, Paul, Paddy Barnes, and everyone else behind that undercard. Frampton, every single fighter that has been highly regarded as elite, Joe Ward, everyone like that, were unable to win a world title as an amateur. And now for him to be able to try and do it as a professional in his home city, in his hometown, like in front of the fans who have followed him throughout his career, it would be special.
Hopefully. Thanks a million, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Johnny. Appreciate that.
No problem. Thanks, Jamie.